wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. Check, we Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, they find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elder, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairing on it, flaring on it.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack, Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man, A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty Man back with another one. Hope you all are doing well on this Tuesday afternoon. Listen, I haven't done a live show in quite some time. Just me, myself, and I. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You already know what it is. Do what you do, but watch my shoes. All right, listen. So, a little bit of breaking news. I mean, it really ain't breaking news. It's like you knew this was coming. You know, like you knew a whooping. You know how like when you're growing up and you know you got in trouble and you know a whooping is coming. You just don't know when that whooping coming. Your mama asking you, how was school? Oh, school's great. Okay, that's good. You know, just let you mingle about the day, watch a little TV, eat a little dinner. You know what I'm saying? Just do all the little things that you like. Oh, maybe I'm free. Maybe she don't know what happened at school today. Maybe that teacher didn't call school. Oh, but when you lay your head on that pillow, when you should just so happy to close your eyes and go into that deep sleep, that's when all hell breaks loose. And again, we all kind of knew it was coming. We just didn't know when. But again, hey. You about to lose your job. You lost it. All right, it ain't about to lose. You lost it. Run it back one more time, DJ. Boy, if somebody didn't have it coming to him, it had to be that man, Mark Fredericks. Jeez Louise, my guy, you had this. Yeah, well, I feel like on Major Payne, you had it coming. You know what I'm saying? You had it coming. You had it coming. The track was off the train, or the train was off the track. However you would like to differentiate it, it was coming to a time near you. Now, shout out to Kevin Baptiste. He's Baptiste. I would say Baptiste, but it's Baptiste, I believe. Right? On Twitter, he says Southern head coach Terrence Graves says that he will have co-offensive coordinators for the rest of the season. Fred McNair will call plays. Mark Fredericks will still be involved in some capacity. That means your ass is still on staff, but you bet not touch an offensive playbook. That is just another nice way to say, hey, we're not firing you, but we're firing you. Again, we're not firing you, but we're firing you. Yes, you did. Because if you don't call the plays, then how the fuck are you an offensive coordinator? Stop trying to make shit seem like it's, oh no. This is the shit that I be talking about. This is that kumbaya stuff in HBCU. Oh no, he still has the dog. The people are called offensive coordinators who call plays. If you don't call plays, you know what you are? An offensive analyst. And Varg is going to be the first one to tell you, oh, there's plenty of people that are on staff at Power 5s and G5s and FCSs that have the title, but they don't call the plays. That means you're not an offensive play caller. You're not an offensive coordinator. You're a glorified offensive analyst. That's what you are. Give me the call sheet, sir. Come on, man. You are just there by happenstance. You the get back coach now. Everybody know if you ever played football before, we know who to get. Hey, get back, guys. Get back. You the get back coach. That's what you are. If you not calling plays, so now we paying you as if you're an offensive play caller, and now you're not calling play. What? Give me some of that money back too, sir. Come on, man. Like that's the stuff that be killing me. That's the first thing people want to talk about. Well, he kind of lost his job, but he's still on staff. No. Let me explain to you how this works. What were you doing last weekend? Calling plays. What will you be doing next weekend? Not calling plays. That means you lost your job, DJ. You lost it. You're not doing what you've been doing before. That means you're not that guy, okay? You lost your job. You didn't walk up to Terrence Graves and say, hey, I feel like I'm hindering the team. Please relieve me of my play calling. No! Terrence Graves said, bruh, you're about to get me fired, bruh. Matter of fact, I'm already a dead man walking, okay? I just don't want to be a dead man on your dime. That's really what happened if we're just keeping it buck. And you know what Southern fans are doing right now? You know how Southern fans are feeling right now? Let me give you an example of what Southern fans are feeling right here, right now about Mark Fredericks.
Hey, I tell you what I'm going to give you, Snakes. I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no-good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry. I'm going.
1, 2, 10. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Dog, get up out of here. I am absolutely taking calls. Phone lines are absolutely open, right? So, again, that's how Southern fans are feeling right now. Bro, we not tripping. I'm saying we like I'm a Southern fan. They not tripping. He should have been gone. And you know what PV fans are doing right now?
Told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was slick, but I told y'all.
Every PV fan who had to go through the Mark Fredericks era, they are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. They got their money. They talking big stuff right now. Because why?
Told y'all niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was slick, but I told y'all.
They gonna tell you we told you so. We was glad. You know, it's a saying in the church. We were glad. I was glad when they told us to come into the house of the Lord, right? That's a church saying. Anybody who's churchy, they say that. I was glad when they said unto me, come into the house of the Lord, right? Pre-V fans are saying, I was glad when they took that Bama Mark Fredericks off our hand. That's real talk. That's what all PV fans are going to tell you. Bro, we knew what it was. As soon as you got them, soon as you took them off our hands, we was like, thank you. Appreciate you. Don't mind if I do. You know what I'm saying? Spring cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It is what it is. And you got to realize if a fan base is not upset that an offensive play caller has left the building, like, you don't think NCCU is going to be mad if they ever lose Matt Leon? They going to be hot. Now, Josh going to act like it ain't a big deal. You know, we found one Matt Leon, we'll find another one. We got a guy in the wings. We got a guy, you know, he always tried to downplay it. Like, but fans are going to be upset because Matt Leon's a great play caller. Right? Like, if, Jonathan Williams from South Carolina State, I think some South Carolina State fans will be upset that Jonathan Williams is walking out the building. You know what I'm saying? I think, who else? I'm trying to think of some offense. If TC Taylor, if he was just an offensive play caller, right? Like, I think some people will feel some type of way. But, when people don't care, when people don't care, it's tough. KP, coming to you.
Wow. What up, baby? What's up with it, baby?
What's good? What's good, KP?
Positive. I feel good, boy. I feel good in my soul. I feel so good. 4-play Fred is out of here. 4-play Fred is gone. I'm willing to take all bets for Jackson. I'm willing to take all bets. I'm willing to take that Southern is always. We on the way to the SWAC championship, baby. I'm willing to say it out loud and say it very proud and loud.
Wow.
Long as Mark was in the way, we was going to be at the bottom of the pile.
Wow.
But I'm happy now. I am happy. Yeah, I said it. Scotty. And I'm going to ask you this, Phil. Since he's been out of the way, what is Southern ceiling realistic once they get the quarterback, QB1 back?
Okay, so you're high. You're high on Woods. I'm not as high because I haven't seen him in a full body. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen him like 2 games. Like I got to see a little bit more. I'm not as high on Jalen. I think as a passer, yes, he's better than McCoy, but we'll just see what it looks like when the rubber meets the road. And I would say this: don't be surprised if Fred McNair sticks with Cam McCoy. I want to be very clear about that. Like, listen. My issue with Southern's offense has not been always Cam McCoy. It is the lack of creativity. That has been my issue with, I think they're talented enough and they have enough running backs and that quarterback is explosive enough that I think if you just revamp certain things and make it look a certain different way, I think it's effective. I really do. I really believe that. And to me, and I'm going to get to this deeper into the show, but I think that's what makes Fred McNair so dangerous is because I hope, I'm not saying he will, I hope that he sees what Mark doesn't see and adds a wrinkle or two into that offense because lining up, I want to make something very clear to people. Lining up and running these 2 plays, left and right, is not offense. That is somebody who is stealing money. Okay, he is stealing the church's money. That's really what he is stealing at this point, right? My thing is this. I think Fred McNair and the experience and the wisdom that he's been around this SWAC, I think he can put something together because he has a week of Fresno and then he has Jackson State. So if I'm being honest, if you got a bye week before Jackson,
you got a bye week before Jackson, baby. Put some plays in.
I'm telling you, that's very scary. I'm
very scary.
I'm so serious right now.
But look, Scott, I'm not saying that. Let me calm down. I'm not saying that Jackson's still the team, but you got a week with QB1, Jalen. If you had a chance, go back and look at his last 2 games from last season. They put the guy at the starter, true freshman. Oh, he might have been a redshirt freshman last year. He did very well. To say he was new to the offense, he came in, he moved the ball. The point I'm saying is when he was in the game, Southern moved the ball. Yeah, they played PB. He didn't play for the Classic, but the games he was playing, fans felt much better at him at the quarterback. And what I'm saying too, with Mark gone, he's not predictable. You can't predict Southern offense now. You can predict Mark running the inside zone. You can predict Mark having no receiving motion to see if the defense is zone, a man. You can predict that. You can predict the 6 plays. But Fred, I don't know when the last time Fred was the OC. You know, you can't really come into the game scouting Fred. And I'm gonna say this. I think you turn old boy, that running back, loose. I think you let him go. I think Fred gonna let that boy go. I think he's gonna be probably 1,000-yard rusher, maybe 1,500.
I'll say this. I think this is what you're gonna get from Fred. If I'll say this, if you go with Jalen, yes, your offense is more balanced. It won't be run. It won't be 80% run and 20% pass like if it would be with Cam McCoy. But for me, watching how Jackson played against Hampton, I'm not saying that wouldn't work. I think you will be competitive. I just don't know can Cam make the throw when I needed to make the throw. That's the key, right? But if you go with Jalen, you got to understand running with Jalen is absolutely out, right? So now that just takes a value off. That takes a extra body off the field. So it's 11 against 10. With Cam McCoy, it's 11 against 11. But again, I do believe that bye week before the game is so huge because it gives Fred time to put in extra wrinkles that you wouldn't have seen from a Mark Fredericks offense. And for me, all I'm asking from Fred and from Southern is more motion and more RPO in what you do, because Trey Holly is going to get so much attention that you have to understand I got to be able to manipulate the defensive eyes with the RPO and everything like that. So they need to add a form of a variation of a triple option style offense, not the traditional Navy style triple option, but more of an expanded triple option to where I'm messing with the defense's eyes and we're reading key defenders and making those plays off of those defenders. And I think then you get better at it as a team.
One last thing, I'm gonna let you go, man. Look, I'm gonna say this. I still think Southern can clip Jackson. And I'm saying Jackson, I know it's 3 weeks down the road because I ain't counting
the Fresno State. Yeah, I mean you gotta call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Your eyes are set to Jackson. It's a conference game.
Look. And I think this opportunity with Fresno State gives, if you want to be, I don't know how aggressive Southern's gonna be playing players. I was gonna say use this as a time for Fred to just, hey man, see what you got. Do what you bring some old stuff in, bring some wrinkles in. Let's try it against Fresno State. But I don't know if they're gonna do that because they're big boys. I don't know if they want to get hurt, whatever. But what I would say is the advantage that I think Jackson has over Southern, and nobody's gonna talk about this, not even our fans. Southern in the last 2 years has not played a full game. They have not played a full 60 minutes. We gave you a first half. Second half, we come out, we don't know how to play football. We'll show flashes in the second half to kind of be good enough to win. But 60 minutes of football, just consistently playing football with no turnovers, we getting certain things done. We making certain key first down. Southern has not done it in 2 years. 60 minutes of just football. No mistakes, no letdowns. We have not done that as a team. And I think that's our disadvantage. And I think that's going to show in these big games. We come out in the first 8 minutes in the first quarter, we'll usually be hyped, probably stick around. Second quarter, we might fall by 7, fall behind. Third quarter, teams have adjusted. Now, I want to see if Fred experience can adapt to the adjustments that are being made. Because the last 2 years, we had Mark. We was not able to make adjustments to defenses or to other coaches who made adjustments to us because we were stubborn. We probably didn't know how to adjust. But since Fred experienced, I'm hoping he can come in and make those adjustments when we see at halftime. But, man, good show. Dive in, bro. I'm excited. I don't know what the future may hold. I'm glad we got 4-play Fred out. So I think we can win a few more games that you had us losing. I feel confident going in those games. And we'll see, man. We got 3 weeks before Jackson. So let's see what we can put in and install. And I'm looking for some good things to happen on the bluff, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you taking my call, baby.
The call, KP, as always, bro. Let me say this, right? I think there has to be it's funny. I got on the call today with some Jackson guys, and they asked me about Southern. And I said the issue that I have with Southern is I don't see the talent, right? Like they asked me, I got on the phone with some Jackson guys, and they asked me just some questions about just teams in the SWAC, right? And I just say, Texas Southern, you see the talent at the wide receiver position, the speed, the running back, the speed, the defense definitely is physical, fast. I'm like, if Texas Southern plays that game 9 out of 10 times, they win that game 9 out of 10 times, right? Except that one game. I think they are the better team, right? When you look at Alabama State, you see the talent with Jalen, with Andrew, with the safety and the left tackle, and you see bits and pieces of talent on these teams, right? When you look at A&M, you see Quad, you see the freshman wide receiver, you see the D lineman, the outside D, and the linebacker, right? Morrow is pretty good, right? You see like bits and pieces. Southern, I just don't see the talent like I'm used to seeing, right? Like when I first got into space, it was a gluttony of talent. Just O-line was really good. The D-line, remember they had the linebacker that played DN that was really good, was the FCS Defensive Player of the Year. They had some corners, but the strength of the team was always in the trenches, right? And you're not seeing that with Southern like you used to. You like even when they had the kid from Rice, they had the wide receiver from Rice I really liked one year. They had the kid, I believe his name was Jordan Lewis, right? They had Chandler. They had a gluttony of running backs. I mean, they had Kendrick. They had the kid from Arkansas that had he had like 296 yards rushing in one game. And then they had the other running back who he went down to D2. I mean, Southern, if I'm being honest, Petrie, yeah. And if I'm being honest, what Southern looks like right now, I mean, what Jackson looks like right now is what Southern looked like when I first came into space. And that's just being honest. I'm completely, think about it, right? Think about it. What Jackson looks right now is what Southern looked like when I first came into space and they first touched down, right? That's what they look like. Mean in the trenches. You couldn't move them. They could run the ball better than anybody in the space, right? Like I used to have a saying, you can't run the ball. If you think you can run the ball, you can't. Southern does it 10 times better. And they did. And what you're just seeing, like what I'm seeing from Jackson literally is a replica of what Southern was under the Odom's era when I first came into the space. And it's funny how now it's flipped on his head to where now like Southern is lacking the depth at O-line. They don't have really the trench play like they used to have. They don't have the explosive receivers that they used to have. Like they had a kid, I believe, a couple years ago named Chandler, he was like a skinny dude. I think he was like number 11 or number 1 or something like that, to where he would fly around and he was just so fast, right? Like it was galore of talent that Southern used to have. I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't see to where it didn't matter where you went with the ball. They were talented. I just don't see it anymore, right? And even when they had Ladarius Skelton, he was talented. Yes, he had Whitfield. Thank you. Yes, even though he had challenges, right? He was still talented. Like he was such a gamer that it didn't matter what his deficiency was. He was going to find a way to make a play for you. I mean, it got so people got to remember, it got so bad at the quarterback position, they were putting Ladarius Skelton at kick return, and he was taking kicks back. That's how dynamic he was. Like, that's what I'm saying. Teams are just talented. You're taking your quarterback, your former starting quarterback, putting him at kick return, and he's returning kicks. That is a team full of talent. Again, I'm just not seeing it. I don't see it. I'm not seeing it. And for me, it doesn't, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't matter what Fred McNair does. I don't think they're not talented enough to beat Jackson. That's what it really comes down to. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes, and you're not talented enough to beat them. Like, yeah, he might come up with a great scheme, and yeah, he might get you close, or yeah, it might be a more competitive game, but just talent for talent, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. You ain't got it, right? But I'll say this. I'll kind of go into this. What I love about making the move is you're not afraid to make the move, right? Because FAMU had an issue with making that move last year and everything that was going on. They had an issue with that last year. But I do believe, I know people are saying Fred McNair has not called plays, but sometimes when you're sitting in the back of something and you don't have the opinions that you have an opinion, but you can't insert it because you're not in that role. I do believe that Fred McNair, and the amount of football he's seen, I think he can come up with some wrinkles. I know he hasn't called plays, but I think he can come up with some wrinkles that fit this team, that allows this team to be better at executing the plays that they want to execute. Is Trey Holly talented? Yes. Is Cam McCoy fast? Yes. But outside of the backup running back who's pretty good, what other talent? Dupree, I like Dupree. I think Dupree is really good. But the receivers, you really haven't been able to see what they can do. Defensively, your D tackles, I like the light-skinned dude that plays D tackle. Kelby Givens is what it is. The linebackers are your corners are your safeties are like it's a lot of It's not nobody just jumps off the screen when you watch them, right? So people can say, "Oh, we have talent." Like, bro, you go to Southern, you're a Southern fan, you're a Southern alum. Like, come on, man. Like, just keep it a buck one time. Like, watching it on TV, you don't look good. That's fine. Like, I wish people could be honest about that. I just wish people could be honest about that. Right? It's just like, you don't look good. Now, is that the offensive coordinator's problem? Or is that the recruiting problem? And I told you when it first started, everybody on this staff is on AARP. So how much energy are you really infusing into this team? There is no young up-and-coming coach on this squad. There is none, right? There is no young hotshot guy that you're like, hey, let's give an opportunity to. Maybe he might infuse. All of these Bamas are over 50 with AARP licenses and eat Cracker Barrel on Tuesdays for 40% off. They all old. And old doesn't mean bad, but goddamn, like, get some young guys around you to where they can connect with these players. You have something to look for, maybe build, have a pipeline of coaches coming up or something. But just everybody over 50, everybody eating that Cracker Barrel for free? Come on, man. Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous to me. You can be second behind rushing because that's all you have. That's all you have. That's all you have. I mean, look at this. Look, let me put you on game. Yeah, you average 270 yards rushing, but you pass for 130. And you average 18 points per game. That's not good. It's not good. If I run the ball all the way up the field, if there's 100 yards in between the goal lines, and I run the ball all the way for 80 yards and I end up with a field goal, that does me no good. If I come back and do another 80-yard drive and end up with a field goal, that does me no good. That's 6 points, and other guys are scoring 7, 14. The math ain't mathing. And if I go up another 80 yards and I fumble or I have a turnover, the math ain't mathing. Stop trying to make excuses for the dumb stuff that you see on the field. It is a bad team. It's not coached well. They don't execute well. It is at this point right here, right now, Southern is what their record says they are. And they're not good. Now, again, granted, how the SWAC works is you can lose out of conference games, and that shit does not matter. And you can go undefeated in conference and still end up as a SWAC West champion and all that dumb stuff. But for right now, your record says what you are, and you're not good. And the stats back it up as well. And you're the same team that went down to the wire with Valley. And I'm not poo-pooing Valley. But if you're supposed to be the SWAC West champs and repeating, I don't think you should be in a dog fight with Valley. But then you get mollywopped by any type of contender. NCCU, mollywopped. Alabama State, mollywopped. So what is that supposed to tell you? And again, this is the part of this stuff this is the part of the space that really annoys me, is that people are such homers that they cannot see their flaws in their team. Your team is not good. Your team, the philosophy, the logic behind the offense is beyond basic. I'm talking about 12U offensive basic. There is nothing creative about Southern's offense. There is nothing invigorating about Southern's offense. Again, it's not a problem with being bored. I mean, being boring. There's nothing wrong with being very one-dimensional or whatever. If you're great at it, you're not great at it. Jackson doesn't do anything exotic. Alabama State doesn't do anything exotic. It's RPO. It's throwing off the RPO. It's nothing exotic, but they executed it a lot better. If you were just able to manhandle, if you had the horses up front to manhandle people and he did inside zone 33 times and it worked for you, then it works for you. Again, Army does triple option for the whole game and it works for them. Sometimes they lose, sometimes they win. But this offense for this team doesn't make sense, nor is it any good. And you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, is my team any good? And it's not. It's just flat out not. All right. So that is what it is. But to say there's no talent, straight up. Where's the talent? Where's the talent? Explain to me where's the talent. I said this is not a talented team. There are talented players, but this is not a talented team. It's cool to have a Trey Holly. And I said this in the beginning of the season with Perry. I said, when people was all up in arms with Trey Holly, I said it's really good, but does he have an offensive line to block for him? Where's the talented team at? Where's the talented O-lineman? Where's the talented linebackers? Where's the talented receivers? We all know your quarterback's not talented. He's just fast. So where is the talent that you're speaking on? Make that make sense. I'll give you Givens and I'll give you Holly. That doesn't make a team. You know what a talented team looks like? Come on, man. Stop it. As talented as Dupree is, how many catches does he have? See, again, it all has to come together, right? It all has to come together. You can have a talented running back and have a bad offensive line. You can have a talented receiver and have a bad quarterback. Ask Nathan Rimbert, right? You can have a talented player and have limitations at other positions. A wide receiver is dependent on the quarterback and the O-line. The running back is dependent on the O-line. The quarterback is dependent on the O-line. So again, you might have all the talent in the world, but your team is not talented. It doesn't come together. It doesn't work well together. And you don't see it displayed very well. So all the other stuff just is pointless to me. Call lines are open, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. Let me get back to this. A new look, a new feel, a new flow. Right? A spoiler alert. And this is what I mean by that. I'll say this. I think with what McNair can do for Southern, I think they might clip some people they wouldn't have clipped before. I do believe that. Do I still think everybody gets fired? Absolutely. Do I still believe everybody gets let go? Absolutely, because, again, this is not a talented team. But I do believe that Fred McNair has the moxie, the gumption to really put something in place over this bye week to help get more from this team. Maybe get more from a Dupree. Maybe get more for a Trey Holly. Because, again, as a job as an OC, I'm supposed to make my players look good. I'm supposed to show you that I have talented players and I do things to get my players the ball. And that is the issue with Mark Fredericks' offense. It just seems like there's only one talented person, i.e. Trey Holly, and everybody else gets in where they fit in. There doesn't seem like there's a continued effort to try to get talented players the ball, a concerted effort to get talented players the ball. But I do believe with Fred McNair, I do believe there's going to be some twists and wrinkles added into the offense, especially during a bye week when all hands are on deck for Jackson. I do believe that. Now, him calling plays, and he hasn't called plays in a long time, or if ever, it's going to be a hard transition to get the feel for the game, to understand what you got to do. Like, again, I'm not saying that me coaching, because I coach my son's 10U team. I'm the defensive coordinator. And when I tell you it's different, making in-game adjustments is different. Again, and I'm at a super low level. I'm talking about low level. Like, the kids I got have no football IQ, right? If I tell them to get into a 5-2 front, they like, what? Huh? Right? So, again, I get it. But, again, I have to do what is best for the players to get the best out of my players, right? So I have to make a concerted effort to put players in the right positions. So for me, I'm looking at it in the college aspect of these kids should have more football IQ. They should understand the game a little bit better, and you should be able to put them in position to have them win. Not always win the game, but to win their matchup, to win the situational battle, right? Because each play is a situational battle, and how can we win that situational battle? How can we be prepared for what comes our way or what might come our way? And I think for Fred McNair, and seeing the amount of football he's played, seeing the amount of football he's coached, I do believe he does give you a leg up on that. And again, it's an open audition. It is an open audition for Fred McNair to go from Alcorn, where you were all-world almighty, to thinking you had a job at Texas Southern, to getting backdoored at the job at Texas Southern, to now being a quarterback coach at Southern and now being the OC. It's a long fall from grace. Okay? It's a long fall from grace. And there's a team down in Lorman, Mississippi, that is having a tough go at it right now. And all I'm saying is, if he should so happen to go on down to Lorman, Mississippi, and put an L on them boys, it might be a situation to where he might get his old job back. It is an open audition. That's all I'm saying. It's not for Southern. I think Southern's good on McNair. McNair would, if McNair beats Jackson, it's probably his job. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know what Terrence Graves is doing. Terrence Graves has got shit to do with shit. If Fred McNair puts an offensive game plan together, it is Fred McNair's job to lose. I'm dead ass serious. If he puts something together to where they go out and beat Jackson, it is his job to lose. He will now become the new Dawson Odoms. For real. And I'm 100%. I probably stand on that, right? Because they haven't beat Jackson I don't know how long. But I think if he shows a good outing, they lose. They show a good outing for the rest of the season. They win games they're supposed to win. They lose games they're supposed to lose. I think Fred McNair is in an open audition for a job to come out. That's just my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. Just my thoughts, right? But if everything being even, if it doesn't go well, Terrence Graves is like, I need y'all to understand how many possible outcomes can come from this season, right? I'm just telling you that right now. The possible outcomes that can go for the season. Grambling could be looking for a new coach. Southern will be looking for a new coach. Bethune-Cookman will be looking for a new coach. Probably UAPB will be looking for a new coach. You're talking about 4 teams in the SWAC next year could be possibly FAMU. FAMU could be looking for a new coach. Should be looking for a new coach, right? you could have potentially five teams looking for a new head coach. And if it gets really bad in Alcorn, it might be 6. It might be 6 new head coaches in the SWAC. That is unheard of. And when I listen, people not gonna like this. Ohio State not gonna like this. When I say that TC Taylor probably went through the weakest SWAC ever, like, I need y'all to understand, most of the coaches that I'm naming have only been there for 2 or 3 years. They not even re-ing up. Like, think about that. They're not even on their second contract. These are guys in their first or second years about to get let go. Think about that. That's who he was going against. Cedric Thomas in the second year might get fired. Cozy is good as gone. Graves is good as gone. Gremlin is good as gone. 2 years. But I'm crazy. But when I made the statement that that's probably the weakest SWAC ever that they went through, I was crazy. I ain't know what I was talking about. Crazy. Again, one of the weakest SWACs ever. Ever. The coaching has been absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. Right? So again, overall, let me see this. Just got a text message that says this. I talked to an AD that said Mickey Joseph might leave after this year. I ain't lying to y'all. And if I'm Mickey Joseph, why the hell would I stay in Grambling? Think about that. I could be living the good life at Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Florida State as a positional coach, making just the same amount of money with less of the headaches. What? I would be adios muchachos. I'm gone. It don't even make sense. Why would I stay? You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's going to be, first of all, getting back to Southern. It's a great move. It's a great move for your program. It's a great move for the fan base to kind of care somewhat about what's going on in these games. Because, I mean, people just showing up knowing you was going to lose. Like, for real. It's got to that point. And again, all the PV fans.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all.
They told y'all. They told me. Right? I'm over here breaking film down. I was like, ooh, I like this play call by Mark Fredericks. I like this. And they said, Scotty, go check out that SWAC championship game. Go check out that SWAC championship game, Scotty. Inside zone. Inside zone. Inside zone. Inside zone. Fade. Inside zone. Inside. I said, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Right? So, if we're talking now, getting into the coaching conversation, let me say this. I don't think everybody has a play at. Let me go through this. Let me go through some coaches that I think. I had a conversation with a couple of my buddies today. Shout out, you know who you are. I'm gonna go through a list of some short lists. I'm gonna go through a list of some short list coaches that I think work for these roles. Right. I'm putting this out there right here, right now. For Southern, my short list for Southern is KJ Black, currently with the Atlanta Falcons. Tyrann Mathieu, I think Zoe said that. Tyrann Mathieu, I'm not mad at Marshall Faulk, right? And it was one more person that I said, but I like KJ Black for the job. If he's interested, Tyrann Mathieu, if he's interested, I think I would love that. And Marshall Faulk, right? You got those three. I know BJ, BJ wanted a coach, I think like a D2 coach or FCS coach or something like that. But yeah. So that's my short list for that. For FAMU, somebody brought this name up to me. Somebody brought this name up to me from FAM. And at first I was like, I don't like it. But then when I thought about it, I said, that's actually not a bad move. Larry Scott from Howard to FAMU. Now listen. At first, when I heard it, I said, that don't make no sense. Like, why would I take Larry Scott? But then when we talked about it, he's from Florida. He has a pipeline from the University of Florida. He wouldn't have to deal with the academic restrictions that he has at Howard. He has the support. He would have more support than he's had at Howard, he would have more support at FAMU than he had at Howard. And I don't think, and if we're being honest, he's built some pretty good teams outside of quarterbacks. Like, he's had some good defensive teams. He's had some pretty good offensive teams. He's recruited well at the running back position with Eden James and Hunter and all those boys that came through there. I would not be mad at that. I'm being honest. Now, of course, you have your Quinn Grays. I think Quinn Gray would be perfect for the role. I also believe that Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy B is my number one guy. Teddy Bridgewater is my number one guy. Number two would be Quinn Gray, and number three, Larry Scott. Larry Scott is not a bad. Listen, you got to just sit on it. You can't just be like, because when he first brought it to me, I was like, fuck no, I don't want Larry Scott. But when you really sit back and think about it, it's actually not a bad short list to reach out to Larry Scott because of his connection to the state of Florida, right? And again, unlike Cozy, he has to recruit in multiple different ways. To me, what I see from Larry Scott is the same thing I see from Brian Kelly, if I'm being honest, right? That you get to a spot where you got to jump through so many different hoops just to get kids in there, that when you go to a school that allows you a little bit more freedom, you get a little bit better talent because you're used to recruiting in a certain type of way, right? So that's my 2 cents on Larry Scott. Quinn Gray is not a bad secondary for anybody. Like, if you can't get Teddy B and you get Quinn Gray, I'm not mad at that. I believe the biggest thing for the reason why I'll take Quinn Gray over Larry Scott is this: the evaluation of the quarterback position. That's why Teddy Bree and Quinn Gray are my 1A, 1B, right? Willie Simmons walking out of that building and the evaluation of quarterbacks with KJ Black and Willie Simmons walking out of that building is why you're in the predicament that you're in right now. If anybody does not remember, Daniel Richardson was recruited by Willie Simmons, not Cozy, right? So again, you need a quarterback evaluator, and you either need a Teddy B or you need a Quinn Gray. That to me is the biggest issue when it comes to, because you got to have a quarterback for FCS football, right? You got to have a guy, unless you got this juggernaut of a team that can just run the ball down your throat. But yeah, boom, right? Now, my other short list for Southern is Maurice Flowers. Either Henry Frazier or Maurice Flowers. I'm not mad at either one of those. If you want to recycle those, I think Henry Frazier down in Louisiana would be absolutely amazing. What he built at Virginia State, them Bamas are big. And Maurice Flowers is a damn good recruiter as well. I wouldn't be mad at him down. If Gibbs can take his ass to North Carolina A&T, Maurice Flowers can damn sure take his ass to Southern. Because I think he's a way better recruiter than Sean Gibbs. Okay, so Maurice Flowers is that dude. Okay, people don't sleep on him. I'm telling you right now, Maurice Flowers is that dude. So he'll be my short list. UAPB, get a white man. I'm gonna say this again. UAPB, get a white man. Okay, get a white man into Arkansas Pine Bluff. I don't care who's on your short list. 3 white men, okay? Just get a white man in the building. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on. Grambling, right? Number one got to be Ed Reed. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm on the Ed Reed bandwagon till there ain't no more Ed Reed to be had, okay? I'm on the Ed Reed bandwagon till there ain't no more Ed Reed to be had. Number one on my short list for Grambling is Ed Reed. Now, where you go from there, I don't give a damn, right? But number one has to be Ed Reed. Number two, Mo Flowers. If I think Mo Flowers would be great down there. Again, I don't know how he is in the state of Louisiana, but Mo Flowers, he'll be on my short list. Dr. Henry Frazier will also be on my short list. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a big fan of the guy at Virginia Union. I don't like that style of offense. So it's nothing personal towards him. What is it, Dr. At Virginia Union, who had Jada Byers. I'm just not a fan of those type of offenses. So it's not that he's not a good coach. Yes, sir. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Tony Hall at Grambling. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I actually like that. I'm not mad at that at all, right? Yeah, so I'm just not a fan of that style of offense with Jada Bowers and that run heavy style. That's just not my thing. So that's nothing personal to that. Bethune-Cookman. If I'm Bethune-Cookman, I'm going to go get Brian Jenkins. I'm not playing this game anymore. Hey, big head, come back home. I'm not playing this game no more, right? Because Brian Jenkins knows Daytona. Brian Jenkins knows what Bethune is and what he is not. Okay? I am going to go get Brian Jenkins. I don't got to deal with nobody cussing my program out. I ain't got to deal with nobody, we ain't got this and we ain't got. Brian Jenkins was there when you didn't have you had Modi helmets. He was there after you had Modi helmets. He going to be there when you have Modi helmets. And again, you can say it's recycling. I think Brian Jenkins has earned the right to go back to Bethune-Cookman. That's my little 2 cents on it. I don't think Bethune-Cookman was a great job, but when Brian Jenkins had it, it was a great job. And he did things his way. And I don't think giving another chance at a guy is okay. What's the difference between Central Florida bringing back Scott Frost from Nebraska? Don't worry, I'll wait. What's the difference of USF, Central Florida, bringing back Scott Frost from his disaster of a head coach at Nebraska? What's the difference? What's the difference? They had their most success when they had Scott Frost, and now they bring in Scott Frost back to Central Florida. He said he should have never left. That's what he said. I don't see what the issue is. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I think for Southern bringing Odoms back, I'm not really mad at it. He wouldn't be my first call. Like, Odoms wouldn't be my first call, but I mean, if nobody else wanted the job, then I guess so. Who else am I missing? Alcorn. I don't know, man. Just see who wants the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just keep it a buck. See who wants the job. I mean, I don't think Alcorn's I don't think anybody's beating down your door to get the Alcorn job, if I'm just being honest. So, hey, teach his own. But if we're talking about Grambling, Southern, FAM, and they still the same Central Florida. They're not winning nothing. I disagree. I mean, you don't know. I mean, what, they 2 games in? We don't really know. He built it up before he left. You got to give him credit for that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who you gonna get for Alcorn. I really don't. I think if I'm Alcorn, I'll go find you a I'll go get me another white man. I go get me another white man. If I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying? I go get me another white man. Just go find a D2 white man that's built up a program, maybe at Delta State, maybe at Valdosta. I mean, they just lost to Johnson C. Smith, so maybe not. But maybe the Bama from Ferris. I don't know. Go find. Listen, I know a lot of people are high on Terenzo Quinn, and I'm not saying you should not be. I think Terenzo Quinn's a hell of a DC. I think he's a hell of a DC. Sometimes, my point exactly, right? My point exactly. And this is what I'm saying. Like, everybody reunited, and it feels so good. Listen, some people just want to go back to that old thing. They want to reminisce about that old thing, right? I think Terenzo Quinn's a hell of a DC, right? Sometimes dudes are just better at being a coordinator than being a head coach. But somebody got to give him an opportunity. Where is Terenzo Quinn from? Is he from Mississippi? Like, where is he from? Because I think that would be the question about where I would see. Like, I don't know if I would just give him a D1 job off the rip. I would prefer him to go to D2 to prove himself, if I'm being honest. That's just me. We're going a whole different direction after said time. Yeah, y'all need to just go straight white man. Like a D2 or head coach white man or something like that. Oh, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad. Now, if I'm Matt Leone, do I take it though? That's the real question. If I'm Matt Leone, do I take that job? If I'm Matt Leone, I don't take that job. I don't. Like, certain things you just don't take. Like, if I'm Matt Leone, do I take the Southern job? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. If I'm Matt Leone, I get offered the Grambling job, I'm like, maybe, right? But if I'm Matt Leone, I get offered the Southern job, I'm out. I'm gone. Quinn is from Ruralville, Mississippi. Then yeah, I'll probably roll with him at Alcorn. Because sometimes you need Mississippi is just a different beast. Would Buckley leave Valley for one of those jobs? The question is, Anthony, would somebody offer Buckley? And I'm not mad if they did. That's actually not a bad. Listen, Sam Parker. Okay, Anthony, you done got me going now. T-Buck and Sam Parker, but Sam Parker, for right here, right now, he should be in conversations for something, right? Like, but I get it. I wouldn't mind taking T-Buck off of that squad and moving him to Alcorn because I think that's a better upgrade. T-Buck at Alcorn is way better than T-Buck at Valley. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. T-Buck at Grambling is better than T-Buck at Valley with Sam Parker, but he got to be bringing Sam Parker, though. He got to be bringing Sam Parker. What about Cole Fobbs? I wouldn't be mad if Grambling brought Fobbs back. I think Fobbs has sat on the sideline long enough. I wouldn't be mad if they brought him back. Maynard, Maynard will have to go back to D2 for me. Nah, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. Yeah, we talked about Quinn Gray, Anthony. I'm not. Maynard, no. Maynard will have to go to D2 for me. He left Alcorn to take the job at Southern Miss. T-Buck brings back the legacy of Alcorn. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like if I'm Alcorn, I would not mind. I wouldn't mind taking T-Buck away from Valley. I really wouldn't. Because the one thing, and this is the thing that I think with T-Buck, you got to give him credit for. He's not afraid to go get the diamonds in the rough. He's not afraid to go get the the unrecruited kids. And I think that's the stuff you need that stuff at Alcorn, right? Because again, you're not always going to get the top level guys, right? Because it's Alcorn. You're in the middle of nowhere. So you gotta figure out how to get those hidden gems and diamonds in the rough type of players to come to your program. And I think that's great. If I'm Dancy, I'm not going to Alcorn is like goddamn going back to Valley. I'm not doing it. If I'm Vincent Dancy, I'm in the Power 5. I'm not coming back to the Chitlin circuit. I'm not doing it. If I'm Dancy, I'm not going back. I feel like them dudes that got out of jail, I'm not going back. Kill me now because I ain't going back. If I'm Dancy, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. For real. Like, there are certain coaches that I really feel should not be in this space, right? And that's Trey Oliver. Trey Oliver is a big-time coach. He should not be coaching at an HBCU. I'm not saying that he hasn't done it. He should be on a bigger stage, right? Even I got to give it up to Eddie Robinson Jr. I think Eddie Robinson Jr., and I know that's his alma mater. Same thing with Trey Oliver. So again, I'm not knocking them from staying there and doing what they're doing. But Eddie Robinson Jr. and Trey Oliver, they deserve to be at some G5 and Power 5 schools. Like they're that good of coaches. And you got to give Eddie Robinson, even though he's had the bad luck with quarterbacks, he's built strong teams ever since he's touched down. So Trey Oliver moving up to a G5 should be his, if that's his aspirations, to me, that's where he should be going. You got that. Who else? TC Taylor. I gotta give him credit. TC Taylor and Coach O are a great package deal to go to a G5 program. Like if I'm a G5 program and I got an opportunity to get TC Taylor and I can take Coach O with me, I'm bringing them jokers with me, right? What they did after a gutted program, you cannot not speak highly enough about how they rebuilt Jackson after having nothing. Shit. Like, you got to give him kudos for that, right? So that would be him, TC, Trey Oliver, Eddie Robinson Jr. We'll see what Sam Shade does, but you know who else I'm gonna throw in there? Two other coaches. You gotta throw Chennis Berry in there. Chennis Berry is what he's doing at South Carolina State is killing the game. You know what I'm saying? And he has a great personality as well. I'm gonna be I know y'all gonna say, Scotty, you early, but oh man, y'all gotta fix this number. It should not be 666. Come on, somebody gotta get off or somebody gotta get on. Like, come on, man, y'all gotta change this number. That is not cool. I got like 666 people I'm seeing right here, right between Twitter and YouTube. You gotta change that. Fix it. Thank you. But I think Deshawn Jackson makes the jump before Michael Vick. I'm saying it right here, right now. I think Deshawn Jackson will make the jump to a G5 or Power 5 program way before Michael Vick does. I just do. Now, again, I don't know if that's his. I don't know if that's his decision or if that's what he wants to do. But if I'm a Power 5 program, that's the guy I want leading my program. I want to play something for y'all. Before I get up out of here to show y'all how impactful Deshawn Jackson is. Like, I just need y'all to understand.
Do a good job.
Let me see. Yeah, here we go, right here. Oh, no. Where's the video? They got a bomb video that they have been playing. I got to find it. But once I find it, I'm going to play it. That jank, it's so cold, bro. Like, it's so cold. Let me see.
Rain delays. For the Trust the process.
I think this is it. It might have cut it. Though.
6, Marquise Gillis. It's a tremendous Jaden Jenkins across midfield. Caden touchdown, Delaware. This is where Delaware snap to Bennett. Bennett has time. Gonna take on himself.
Jake so cold.
Bennett inside the 20. Inside the 10. To 0. First win of the season. Deshawn Jackson. Welcome to Dover. And welcome to the win club. 4 hours of rain delays. A 7.5 hour.
How can you not love this?
Head coach Deshawn Jackson and his Delaware State Hornets. This is a special group. What y'all was able to do and what y'all was able to accomplish, we ain't just yet. But I know what we could do. All I ask y'all to do is this. Trust the process, man. One as many, I promise you, and we ain't done.
1 second. I just want to get this game ball.
Hey, give me one more. I need another game. Throw another ball at. KB. Hey, listen. Hey, get a break and get off the field. We got lightning. Hey, sting on me. 1, 2, 3. So long. Over. Trust the process, man.
How can you not love that? That's what you're not getting that from Norfolk. I've been on this bandwagon. I've been driving this bus. I've been beeping the horn. I've been yelling at the window for anybody that would listen. And all these MEAC lifers, all they keep telling me is, it's Delaware State. It's Delaware State. It ain't your grandmama's Delaware State. It ain't your grandpa's Delaware State. It is different. And I'm telling you, that boy Deshawn Jackson is moving, grooving, different. This team is not to be played with. I'm telling you right now, do not take Del State lightly. And I'm telling you right now, whatever that spread is for the Norfolk State game, it's over. Whatever they got for the spread, because they better be picking Deshawn Jackson. If they're not picking Deshawn Jackson, I got Del State beating Norfolk State in Philly. In Philly by 2 touchdowns. I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it right here, right now. Deshawn Jackson will beat Norfolk State at the link by 2 touchdowns. It's different. It's different. It's different. That's all I'm saying. But I got to get me a jersey. I got to figure out how to get me a new Deshawn Jackson jersey. I got to get me some more Delaware State drip. I'm all on board. That's my MEAC team for the year. I'm riding with D-Jack. I'm riding with Delaware State. Shout out to them. All right. They ain't got to like it. They ain't got to like it. They don't know what their team is. They barely beat a D2 team. Boy, they better go on somewhere. They better go on somewhere. I gotta get up out here. I gotta go. I got practice in a little bit. Scott and rock with you for the last few years. When you say something that's usually right, you think I think D-Jack the one. I think D-Jack is prime junior. I really believe that. I'm so like this is my thing, right? D-Jack is a prime junior, but the negativity doesn't come with him. I'm gonna say that again. D-Jack is prime junior, but the negativity doesn't come with him. And what I mean by that, it's not the little nuances that Dion would poke and pry and say something that, the Dion Dick Riders of the Dion cult, right? Like the whole Jackson fan base, they would be like, oh, he didn't say anything wrong. He could be like, yeah, I hope your grandma must slip on a banana peel and break her back. Right. And then I'd be like, damn, like, why would Dion say that? They'd be like, Dion didn't say anything wrong. I mean, did your grandma not slip? If she slipped, would she not break her back? I'd be like, bro, like, why would he say that? You're just mad because we have Dion and you don't. Like, I'd be like, that's the deranged, that was the delusion that they were in. Right? Like, that's the delusion that they were in. Like, nothing Dion did was wrong until he left, and then nothing he can do is right. So for my thing is this. What I love about D-Jack is this. What I love about D-Jack is it's just about football. It's about his team. It's about his culture that he's trying to implement into Dell State. He's trying to make them believe what he believes and how good this team can be. And it's no extra to that. It's either you with it or you're not. You're on this train or you're not. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. And that's why I say I think he's a prime junior, right? He don't have the BET deal like Vic. He got his own cameraman. He got his own guys doing the filming and doing the editing for the Jack season. That's what it's called. The D-Jack season, the Jack season, Jack era, right? So got all that. They need to have like Jack era paraphernalia. Anthony, don't say I ain't put you on. You need to make shirts that say the Jack era. You know what I'm saying? In the California, you know what I'm saying? Or like that, like the marathon, how the marathon continues in that script font, the Jack era. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me get some California on that thing. You feel me? Like, I'm just saying. I think they're not there yet. I think they're not. I think they're not there yet. I think South Carolina State is a very, very, very solid team. I do think it will be competitive. I don't think it will be a shellacking. I think it might be like 35-25, 34-24. I think it'll be something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just gonna be a straight ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? I think Dell State's too talented. That they're going to make it competitive. They're going to make it a competitive game. And I think they have really, really good coaching there that's going to make it a competitive game. We got them rights. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Can I get a Jack Air? Can I get a, you know what I'm saying? I know you got the Dell State stuff. Let me get the Jack Air shirt or something. You know what I'm saying? It has the bandana print. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, all that, you know what I'm saying? All that. So I think it's going to be just be on the lookout, man. I think Deshawn Jackson is going that year two going to be disgusting. I'm going to tell you that right now. Year two, you ain't going to want to see Deshawn Jackson, like, for real. I'm putting it on paper right now. Year two, you don't want to see Deshaun Jackson. Like, I think he walks through everybody. Right? He walks through everybody. All right, I'm going to play this clip before I get up out of here. Perry sent this to me. So I'm going to let you guys see what they're talking about on this stuff right here.
The weekend, I am basically getting back involved with the kicking game, special teams game, because we have to do that to shore up some things to make sure that we're changing momentum and taking away momentum. And so making sure that we have the right personnel on the field. And defensively, we're changing some things a little bit. And then on offense, we're making some changes as well. We're going to have co-coordinators which Coach McNair will for the rest of the season. He'll be calling me. He'll be the play caller. He'll be the play caller. Coach Fredericks will still be co-coordinator. He'll still be implementing things as well. But the reason why we're doing it is simply because he's a veteran coach, he's a championship coach, he's been an OC, and he can add his wisdom and expertise to what we're doing to help ourselves out. So that's what we're going to do, and we're excited about it. Everybody's all on board, and those are the changes we feel we have to make in order to give ourselves a chance. Like I said, we got a good football team, so we got to do whatever we need to do to make sure that we get this train on the right track to finish what we want to finish.
Coach, what do you got to do the ultimate decision in having Fred McNair said they have more input on offense?
Like I said, wisdom, game experience, his championship pedigree. He's done it. He's done it at a high level, and he can add some things that will help us out because we're struggling in a few areas. So we just need some expertise, some experience to help us with that.
Coach, after looking at the film, what did you take from Cam's performance? And I know he probably wasn't proud of it. How do you and the rest of the coaching staff kind of keep his head up, during tough times?
Well, you got to watch the film, and you got to.
Coach, what's the first thing you've done since being named offensive coordinator?
In the position I'm in, I'm coaching quarterbacks anyway, so it's always good to be able to be at that position coaching guys and people understand what we're trying to do as an offense. It's been in collaboration with Coach Fredericks as offensive coordinator. It's been good. When we talk about being co-coordinators and things like that, it's kind of changed things where you have more input in things that we're doing offensively, kind of collaborate the whole thing together and try to bring something to do offense special in offense side of the ball.
How do you think this change could be a difference maker for your offense?
Well, just the voice, probably, just hearing different voices in the room. Us collaborating together, just hearing different voices as a play call, so things of that in terms of getting this offense be more productive. But at the same time, we have to make plays. We have to be able to execute plays as well on offense. No matter what the play call in college, you have to be able to execute. Every play is designed to score a touchdown, whether it's from the -1 or +1. But we have to be able to execute.
How do you think, what do you think we keep people more out of the passing game?
I think this thing, we got to catch balls. We got to catch balls. The quarterback got to make throws. We have a lot of opportunities in the passing game that we have not made in terms of things we can do. We have to be able to make plays, throw the ball and catch it. We got a wide open receiver, we don't get it to them. We got a wide open receiver, throw it to them, they don't catch it. So it plays a lot of factor to what we do offensively. Those drops create first down, bad plays, just the things we got to do. If you go back to executing, those are things you have to execute. You have to execute wide open passes and make sure they catch it. So I think that we have to do offense to execute plays. So we're all in as offense. The guys understand what we got to do. We got to make plays. That's where it started at. We call plays all day long. If you don't execute them, it's going to look bad. So we got to get to that point and get the guys to understand execute. Concentrate and focus.
Sorry about that. For Cameron, I guess what are some strengths as well as improvement areas that you've seen so far?
Well, Cameron, he's a very heavy quarterback, and he's been doing well until Saturday he had a rough game, Saturday. He understands that. For one person to understand it, he's understanding. We met this morning on occasion. I just told him, we got to play a whole lot better at that position. Not only him, but we got Ashton come in and play this week. So we just got to figure out things that he can do best. Just really just narrow it down to execution again. And we got to make those plays and execute. So Ashton get a lot of playing time this weekend. Hope we come in and spark the offense as well. And hopefully, Cam learn from this past weekend. Can't turn the ball over, can't have interceptions, or things of that nature. So just got to get the things right that you can do.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Ashton so far. What does he bring to the room as a quarterback?
Well, he's tough. He's a tough individual. And, very headed quarterback, and he plays very hard. And he's gonna give you all he got during the course of practice. And he give the defensive ability when he first got here, and then we started implementing him into the role of the offense to where he can get some plays in on offense as a player too as well. So he did some good things throughout the course time he's been here. So we're looking forward to seeing him play a whole lot this weekend. So we'll see what he got, and we'll go from there.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
All righty. That's what you get. If you want to see the whole thing, you can go to Perry's YouTube channel, On the Yard Sports, and On the Yard Network right here at the bottom. You can watch the whole press conference and things like that. But that has been my time, guys. Appreciate you guys listening to before I go. Sorry, I know. Last thing. FAMU. Because Perry loves to say I'm Illumina. Right? Listen, that's a bad boy stepping into Ken Riley Field. That's a bad boy stepping on Ken Riley Field. That's all I'm going to say. That's a bad boy stepping in Ken Riley Field. It's a bad boy stepping in Ken Riley Field. I don't give a damn what level you playing on. 7 total touchdowns is 7 total touchdowns. Okay, so 304 passing yards, 89 rushing yards, 6 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. Again, I'm not mad if Albany State beats FAM, because that means Cozy's fired. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. But anyway, listen. Guys, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tonight for the Norfolk State podcast, as well as the Coach's Corner is going on tonight as well. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holla. God bless.